we are live.
Hello, everyone. I'm so glad you guys are here with us today for an exciting deep dive into leadership that truly makes a difference. I'm Monica, Business Development Executive at URACREATOR, and I'm so excited to be your host for this powerful webinar on a topic that plays a crucial role in shaping careers: executive presence and time mastery, hosted by URACREATOR in collaboration with SAWiT. In a world where first impression mattered the most and time is our most valuable resource, learning how to show up with intention, confidence, and clarity can make all the difference. And today we're diving deep into exactly that. So get comfortable, grab your notebooks, and get ready for an engaging, empowering, and high vibrational conversation. And make sure to drop any questions you might have in the chat box at any point during the webinar. We have two amazing speakers joining us: Bhavya Gorla, Director of URACreator, with a medical background, incorporates science and methods that turns goals into reality. Anuradha Mulukutla, CEO of URACreator, technologist and transformation leader. Let's welcome them and get started.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. This interactive webinar is about you. It's your executive presence. So imagine that you walk into a room and the way you carry yourself and your confidence makes people pause, pay attention, and listen to you. Not because you're in the loudest in the room, but because you project confidence and poise and authenticity. You bring authenticity, clarity, and control. So that's going to be you. In the next 45 minutes, you will get lots of hands-on exercises. You will see the shift right here, and you really understand how to build executive presence with practical solutions. So let's get started without any more delay. You need three things for executive presence. The first is knowing yourself, your strengths, and then you own your power. That's actually self-awareness is actually the foundation for how you show up in the world, no matter what setting, whether it's a job interview, a networking event, or any other professional setting. The next, this is kind of obvious, but when you walk into a room, let's say a job interview, even before you speak, the interviewer sees how you carry yourself, the attitude you project, and it's not about pretending, it's about being authentic and having clarity and conviction. So for this, I'll share with you how to master your body language and self-talk. If self-talk is new to you, it's the conversation that you're having in your head 24 hours a day. We keep saying things to ourselves. Much of it goes unnoticed. So that's the second part of confidence, and we'll go really deep into it because it's very crucial what you say to yourself. And the next is, this is a big one, how you can master your time. To-do lists, reminders, calendars, these things are great, but I will share secrets today, which will be a game changer for you, where you not only set goals, you achieve a lot, but you have a life. People talk about work-life balance. We'll go into how that can be achieved with a simple system. Okay. I did promise you that we will have interactive exercises, so get ready. The first one is coming soon. Knowing yourself, owning your power is primary. So, how do you do that? First, you understand how your body and mind work and how to use them. Next, you have almost a superpower. We don't realize it, and I'll demonstrate it in a few minutes to you. You have the power to focus your attention on whatever you want, and that's the path to success. And the third thing is you have a drive already. You have ambition. You have a unique dream for your life. And you are unique, trust me. There's no one else like you on the planet. And how do you make all of this work for you? So, whenever you hear this chime, it's time for the first exercise. For this one, you don't need a notebook and pen. Just follow my instructions. Sit back, sit straight up in your chair or your sofa, and take a few deep breaths. This graphic should help. Inhale, exhale. As you breathe, start paying attention to your breath, how the air is flowing to your nostrils, how it's filling up your lungs. Relax your body. Don't worry, this is not a meditation and I'm not hypnotizing you. So keep your eyes open. You're staying alert for this one. Couple more breaths in, out. Now start paying attention to the rest of your body, like where you're sitting, where the body is touching the chair or the sofa, like I said. Okay. Now we are expanding your attention from your body to your thoughts. What are you thinking right now? Continue to pay attention. Think of a sad thought now, maybe something that went wrong last week. Okay. Now you're feeling a little low, perhaps. Now think of a happy thought. Maybe ice cream, a fun time with friends. Okay. Now you're feeling happy. The amazing thing is that what you demonstrated right now is first, your body and mind are connected. When you relaxed, you were breathing, you're paying more attention. You can use that conscious breathing any time of day and any time before any sort of meeting, professional setting, and so on. The other thing you did was to realize that you can change your focus, you can change your thought, and that impacted how you feel. This might seem simple and happens to us all the time, but this is very key because you can choose how you think, how you feel, how you act. That's power. Now, the next thing is your power to focus. So remember, these things are going, these concepts are going to tie into each other. You first you become aware. Now you know that you have this power to focus, and how do you use it? We've all had this experience. You're already in a hurry. You're running out of the house. You forgot your keys to the bike. What happened? Your focus was all over the place. It was distracted. That causes worry and causes us to underperform. The opposite is when you focus, then your performance, you become a high performing individual. Because imagine you're taking an entrance exam, a 3 hour exam for which you have to prepare, you have to organize, you have to plan, and during the exam you need to focus. Now you are a high performing individual. So that's the difference. The next, there are many choices in life. Maybe you're a student, you need to choose a career now. Maybe you need to change a career. The choices are, even in life, you need to choose a friend or a place to live. How do you make the right choices? Again, your attention and your focus help you. With practice of focus and paying attention, you start making right choices. This one is big. People talk about stress a lot, but when you practice self-awareness and you start becoming listening and listening to your own thoughts, you start realizing when to react, when to be quiet, when to respond. That makes you stand out from the crowd. Okay, the chime happened, so ready for the next exercise. This one you do have to write in your notebooks, and this is super important, and I'll tell you why. When you think about your drive, your ambition, what you want to achieve, when you get clarity on that, it requires a little inner work. But when you get clarity on that, you suddenly change how you see yourself, because now you know your strengths, you know where you are, and your goals are where you want to go. That gives you a clarity which makes people sit up and listen to you. So here we go. Ready with your notebooks? I want you to start the sentence with, I'm really good at. And don't worry, it doesn't have to be, I'm really good at Java or something like that. It can be any skill. Maybe you go on a picnic with friends or a trip with friends, and you're the one who's organizing all the, travel and arrangements. So that's a skill. Maybe you have great attention to detail. That's a skill. So start writing your strengths. I'm really good at. I'm going to give you a little bit of time. We have only 3 here, but obviously you can write up to, whatever. You can write 50 if you want. So let's do this. Okay, to the next one. Before you write this one, now we are talking about your goals. There's only one rule here: write goals that are truly heartfelt. Don't include goals that are you have because of somebody's pressure or influence or old programming that's not serving you. So think for a moment, connect your heart, take a breath, and then start. Okay, we have only three here. Remember, your strengths and goals evolve, so this is something you do on a periodic basis. Okay, here you go. And don't be shy. Think without any limits. You can make me small goals, big goals, doesn't matter. I want to climb Mount Everest, go for it. If you don't want to write full sentences, just write keywords. All right. So with that exercise, what we did is established where you are, where you want to go, and do update it and add many more strengths because we had just a little bit of time here. I wanted to give you a taste of it. When you start building on your strengths and you know where you're going, you start appreciating your own uniqueness. And there's nothing like that for improving your confidence and how you show up in the world. So, this is a very powerful exercise, and do it for yourself and on a regular basis. So, if you reflect, what makes me unique? What value do I bring? That's like half the game, right? You've almost won it, because when you walk into any situation where you are presenting yourself, we're talking about executive presence. So you are bringing yourself, you're bringing your presence, you're bringing your strengths, and that's going to be a game changer. All right. This is body language experts. There's lots of research, and you can even find lots of videos on the internet. Uh, they have found that the way you carry yourself and your posture actually projects different emotions. It makes you feel physically different. And we all know this. If sportsmen are, you athletes and you tennis player or cricket players, someone hits a century and they're like this. So the just by changing the posture and the pose, you change your emotions. The next big thing for confidence is self talk. We will dive into that. Self talk is what you keep saying to yourself. So for body language, for executive presence, the first thing is you look professional, present a neat appearance, and if necessary, practice in front of the mirror so that you get that confidence. Important thing to remember is, don't compare yourself with anyone, because you are unique. So bring your authentic self. Definitely update your style, your look, uh, to to be appropriate for the situation, but go within and you will find the answer. This one's fun. So I talked about how body language changes your emotions, right? So for power poses, Monica is going to demo some for us. So over to her.
Sure, what do I do?
The first pose is thank you for the prompt, Monica. So the first pose is shoulders back, stand tall, put your hands on your hips and feet apart. Okay, and turn around a little bit, left and right. All right. So for those of you who already recognized it, maybe you'll know this is also called the Wonder Woman pose or the Superman pose. That's how they stand. What happens when you do that? So your back is straight, you're breathing in more oxygen, and you're brighter and you feel more powerful. That's fun. So please do it along with us. You can practice it in front of a mirror right now, wherever you're sitting on your chair or whatever. Stand up and do this for yourself to see the difference. There's nothing like knowing it for yourself in your own body. And the next pose she's going to do for us is hands crossed, standing with a more like a sort of a serious kind of look. But this projects that you're really confident about your views. It projects stability. So please do this as well. Okay. Thank you, Monica. And as
Nice.
a bonus pose, I'm going to do one for you guys. This is called the V-shaped pose or the victory pose. This one right there. So I have my hands above my head. So my heart rate has increased. I'm getting more air in, and automatically you look a little brighter and more confident. Definitely boost your confidence. Now the thing about this is, in a moment I'll show you, but it's not like you do this in one time and you forget. The value is it's very simple. All you're doing is changing your posture and acting like it. But you when you practice this, when you do it when before stressful situations, it's really really helpful. It really works. When you do it over a period of time, this confidence that you get in that moment with the change in the physical body actually becomes part of you. You no longer need to do the pose after some time because that's how you carry yourself. So these are powerful. The next is again self-talk, which is what you say to yourself. It changes how you see yourself. It changes your self-esteem, your self-image. So we'll dive deep into this. So you had the power poses. Just a quick recap, you practice them every day. And oh yes, if you combine breathing with it, uh, it becomes even more powerful, because remember, self-awareness, breathing, when you breathe and you relax, a different network in your brain is actually kicking in. The opposite is when you have short shallow breaths and you have anxiety, then your brain is not giving you the best ideas. This happens, anytime you try to do a presentation, you get nervous and suddenly your mind goes blank. That's what's happening there. Okay, so let's do self talk. Self talk is very powerful, and like I said, it goes unnoticed because we are not taught this in school. It's just that we say something to ourselves like, "I'm disorganized. I'm this way. I'm good or I'm bad." Both positive and negative. Much of it seems to be negative because of our programming. We take it as absolute fact. It's like someone says, "I am disorganized." They think it's a fact, like the Earth is going around the sun. It's not. It's just a statement that you've said to yourself that has now fed into your self-image. So this is how you see yourself. What if someone comes, you have a mentor and they teach you, hey, these are the organizational skills that you can do. Don't stop saying I'm not organized. Here's, I'll give you step by step. Within a short period of time, now you've become organized. What's the difference? The difference is you have allowed yourself to expand your thoughts and to understand that just by replacing the thought, your opportunities change. How you perceive the world and uh, how you see yourself and how you see your whole life changes. Okay. This is the reason I'm really excited about self talk, is because it's made a huge difference in my life. I'll share a personal example in a moment, which was really like a next level thing for me. So, the other thing it does is, let's say you have actors in a drama, they get a script, they have to follow the script. They can't be outside. So if there's a car mechanic in the drama, that's what they're going to do. So by saying things to yourself constantly, you're rewiring your mind and you will follow that script. So the person who says, I find it really hard to run, is not going to get any cooperation from their body or mind, because the mind now says, this is your limit. I'm not going to do anything more. So this wires your beliefs over a period of time, which is why I was talking about how you think it's absolute fact. So question it at that level. How come I believe this? Why do I behave like this? When you have that insight, which comes again, like we connected the dots, right? You're self aware. Now you start paying attention to what you're thinking. So here are some examples of negative self talk. You may have some other things, but this is very common. Everybody can relate to this. Simply say, I can't. Like, I can't wake up in the morning. I can't come on a hike. I find it difficult. Or anything else. You can substitute. Just say that I can't, right? That's negative. The other one is slightly different. It says, I wish I could, but I can't. But still, it's, in negative. Haven't you heard this one? This is not my day. This is just not my lucky day. The other one is, I know I should eat healthy, but I don't seem to be able to. Now look at examples of positive self talk. I am capable. I can handle it. I'm a winner. It seems simple, right? Because it's just you switch out the negative to the positive. But what happens is really powerful because you rewire your beliefs and now you have almost become like a different person, the person that you want to be, this confident person who brings executive presence in. So you heard the chime, time for the exercise. I'm going to show you a few examples and then it'll be your turn to write positive self talk. So this one, I am too inexperienced. Replace it. This is one option. You can obviously write similar ones in your own words. So we replace this with I have strong technical skills and I am a quick learner. So when you read this, you might have a question. I know what that question is. I'm going to answer it in a moment. Here's another example. I'll mess up during the interview. I'm really nervous. We replace that with I can confidently answer questions in the interview. So here's the question I think you have. You might feel, no, but I am inexperienced. I don't have strong technical skills. What are you talking about? Just by saying this, I'm not going to get technical skills. But you are. I'll tell you how. This is not wishful thinking. What happens when you say this is, and repeatedly, you replace every time the negative talk comes up, is now your brain says you have to have strong technical skills. So your area of vision, your perception, how you see opportunities, how you talk to people has changed. Now you're looking for courses that improve your technical skills. Now you start using your learning ability, because learning ability reduces when you're worried. If I'm thinking negatively, I can't learn anything. This is pure science. Similarly, if you think I'll mess up during the interview, the only thing it's going to say is, oh my God, I hope this is over soon. Or the only thing it's going to say is, I wish I didn't have, I'm just going to turn back and run away. That's the idea it will give you. But if you change it to, I can confidently answer questions, now it's going to tell you, hey, practice with a friend, or do a mock interview, or over prepare so that your anxiety reduces. So you see how that works? This is not wishful thinking, guys. This is really, really powerful. Okay, here's your turn. Pick some 3 examples of negative self talk that you have. Replace it with positive and write it down in your notebook. I'll give you a little bit of time for it. All right. So how do you make this work for you? Because you might think, no, it's so difficult. I can't. It's not easy. I promise you, it will be easy But the first step is you have to decide. You have to decide that from now on, I'm going to think positively. Treat it like the adventure. I promise you, this is the best adventure in your life because you're working on yourself. The moment you notice a negative self talk, quickly switch it to positive. Even if it is like in the middle of the sentence, I do this sometimes. It's not like, I don't think negatively. It still happens because, we live in this world. But it's so much fun. Like I'm talking to somebody in the middle of it, I say, oh, this is not going to work. Immediately I say, no, no, this is going to work. We'll figure out a way. And every single time I do that, brilliant results because the mind has, like the you have to remember this. This is not some, airy fairy stuff. This is science. A different network in your brain switches on. Right. Now, the fun part is you can use it right now. In this webinar, maybe you have some negative thoughts. Maybe after this webinar, you will have some negative thoughts before you go about your day. So you're going to get many chances, which is a fun part, and definitely use it. Okay. Now let's go to the big one. You have to-do lists, you have reminders, and all of them can get easily overwhelming and cause you stress. We have deadlines and we have stress because of that. The interesting thing is everyone has 24 hours in their day. But how come world leaders, top CEOs, they seem to have some extra 72 hours in their day because they seem to be able to travel, manage companies, go speak at conferences and still keep everything working. And we feel like this. We're spinning around in the same place and having a stress with few deadlines of work or classes or personal life. So the secret is, drum roll, stop managing time, start managing priorities. But what priorities? You have to remember that you are not just a workhorse. You are not just here to, complete some tasks and get your work done. You are a full, wonderful, unique human being. You have to think 360 degrees of your life, then you can really master time. So you prioritize your sleep, your health, your family, your personal relationships, and your work, your career, your business. And how do you do that? This is how. There are two ways to prioritize. One is you prioritize with a prioritization matrix. I'll show you that in a moment. The second thing is actually very interesting. It's called the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule. You may even not even believe it when you see it, but there is research to prove it. 80% of your results come from just 20% of your tasks. Even if you have heard this 80-20 rule before, I can bet that most people don't use this. What it really means is now you have to think about where your energy and attention are going. Connecting back to self awareness, which is very foundational. Where's my time going? That's a very good question to ask if you want to master time. So we'll go over that in a moment. And then you prioritize, make sure your entire life is taken care of, and then you schedule like a pro. We'll show you how to schedule as well. So this is a matrix first. You may have seen this grid. It's like urgent, not urgent, important, not important. So I will go over each quadrant so you understand. Obviously, important and urgent, you do have to do. You can't just postpone or cancel. Examples. You have an exam, you have to show up. You have a bill, you have to pay it. So you just do it. The next one is it's not urgent, but it is important. Like I want to do an MBA 6 months from now. If I don't schedule it, if I don't put it on the calendar or somewhere maybe in the URACREATOR app or any other app, the 6 months would become 8 months or 2 years. There's a delay. But if you schedule the things which drive your goals forward, that comes in the second quadrant. You also schedule things that you have to do regularly, like I need to walk for an hour every morning at 9 o'clock, or I hit the gym in the evening at 5 p.m. Those things need to be on your schedule. They are important. They're not urgent because they're regular. The third thing is delegation. This is maybe new to most people. Executives learn how to delegate. It's not important, but it is urgent. take an example of an errand to run. The reason you can delegate and want to delegate is because your skill set is not required for it, meaning anybody can run an errand, anybody can go to the supermarket and do something for you. So this varies depending on where you are. Suppose you're in a workplace and you have colleagues, or you have a staff, you have a delegation system. In your personal life, you can take the help of family members, neighbors, and then you can reciprocate for them, you can do something for them later. Similarly, you can have someone help out in certain things. Nowadays, you can delegate a lot to Chat GPT. It can make your life easy. So use technology to master your time. The last one, it's very important. Identify the things that are leaking your time, draining your energy. Example, you're tired, you come home, you scroll Instagram for 2 hours. And before you know it, it's just time to go to, have dinner and go to sleep. The way to substitute it, you substitute it with something that's better for you, which does not drain your time. Schedule it, and then you can delete it. Similarly, there may be events or group chats that are not really helping you. But unless you take a hard look at the things that you do during your day, let's say you have a 16-hour day or a 14-hour day, what are the things that you are doing? Where are your tasks going? Because you prioritize, you say, what are the things that are important to me? Then you have freed up these two quadrants below, and you're only focused on the do and the schedule tasks. You already freed up like half the time that's getting wasted. This is the 80-20 rule that we were talking about. Put your energy into the 20% high impact tasks that are giving 80% of your results. You have to look at your task though to understand, because for your specific task you may be able to eliminate. But what happens to the remaining 80% of the tasks? It doesn't mean you don't do them. It just means that you can make them efficient. You can manage your time better, and you can optimize. Instead of, suppose you have to clean up your email inbox, you don't spend 2 hours on it. You just say time box it, just do it in 10 minutes and you're done. But the best things that you need to do, the most important things, so enjoy that graphic. It's very simple. It sounded complicated when you looked at the grid and the 80-20 maybe, but it's so simple. You just ask every morning, what are the 3 tasks today that will make the biggest difference? And remember, the task doesn't mean just office work. It also could mean what the other priorities in your life which are important: your self-care, your health, your family, and so on, and your wealth. Okay. So now that you have prioritized, you schedule like a pro. Scheduling tips: plan the bigger tasks, organize them, have a weekly schedule where you're going through your things that you need to do. Sometimes you have to organize your month depending on what kind of situation you're in, if you're taking a course or something. Break down the bigger tasks when you're planning, so that, because your mind does what's easy. When it is smaller and you have clear action steps, you can do it faster. This is really important. Be realistic in your scheduling. So that is how you schedule like a pro. Schedule like a pro does not mean adding 50 things to your list. It means you have prioritized, you take what you have, be realistic, and over a period of time, you will start estimating your tasks much better. If you cram too much, what happens? You feel bad that you didn't finish it. Don't get into that trap. Make sure you schedule breaks, schedule downtime, also schedule time to think. Schedule time to think. Executive presence, remember? Okay. So we've covered a lot here. We started with self awareness, which is you, your body, your mind, bringing a particular presence into the world because you have clarity on your strengths and your goals, knowing where you're going, having clarity and conviction. The other is how you carry yourself, how you present, your appearance, your inner conversation that's going on. Because what you say to yourself, suppose you praise yourself saying, I'm awesome. That expression on your face is very different from, oh, I'm such, I'm not good enough. So remember that it's in your control. You can change it. And the third was how to master time. You learned a lot of things today. The mission of You Are a Creator is to guide millions of people to understand how easy it is to elevate your life. We have the tools, the techniques, and the system to make it easy for you, because everything that you have learned today requires focus. It requires consistency, and practice, right? So, how do you do all of that? Over to Bhavya to share with you how to elevate your life.
Hello everyone, I am Dr. Bhavya, Director of URACREATOR. With the knowledge of physiological science behind all these techniques and wonders it could do, with a simple daily practice, now I would like to correlate how you can achieve this executive presence with a simple daily practice in the app, with app being your cheerleader for every action step you take. So, success doesn't happen by any chance. It happens the way you design it and the way you align your thoughts towards your goals. The most accomplished people doesn't just set goals. They live with them with daily affirmations and visualizations and taking intentional action steps towards them. So, with your Creator app, you're not just relying on your willpower or just any random motivation, which can get distracted sometimes. So now let me tell you how does you are a creator elevate your life. One, you become laser focused on your goals and your mind needs constant reminders or where you're headed. Visualization helps you see your dreams even before it happens, and it gives a glimpse to your mind and taste of the success to your brain. So your brain starts seeing all the opportunities even before and start noticing all the opportunities that you might miss in day-to-day life. And I would like to add a simple example of mine here. When I had a goal to hire a certain position in our company, I just posted it on LinkedIn and I was waiting for right candidate to come in. But it didn't give me any desired results. So, but when I had to sit back and put some thought and I had to intentionally set a goal to have the right candidate for my need, I started finding profiles everywhere. And I started asking my friends, family, which I would normally never would do. And funnily, even the marriage proposal that my mom was looking for my cousin. And when I started looking at my goals every single day, I'm somehow reminded of them, even in the simplest things. That made me realize how effective this could be, how important it is to be taking action. And I would like to demonstrate it a simple example. For example, if you have intentionally set a goal to buy a red car, you are somehow ready to start noticing all the red cars around you. And with clear scheduled action steps, making you remind of your goal every single day pushes you to take actions towards your goals. And our app keeps your vision board and action plan accessible so you stay aligned with your goals every single day. You rewire your self talk with for unshakable confidence. The way you speak to yourself shapes reality. Our AI driven affirmations replace your self doubt with powerful beliefs and reminding you of who you're becoming every single day or before that important meeting or whenever you need a little bit of boost. And number three would be you take action every single time and at right time. There is a saying dreams die in gap between action, intention, and taking action. So our app nudges you right at the perfect point or moment, whether it might be before a practice of your yoga or the practice of gym or taking that one bold career move. Your success is no longer left to chance. You align your energy with mindset, your energy and mindset daily. A structured routine of visualization and affirmations set the tone for high performance day. And imagine waking up every single day, looking at your vision board and doing your affirmations and visualizing every single day towards your goals. That programs your mind for success and getting reminders to take the action steps. And this is how the transformation happens. So, and the last one would be you break free from procrastination and self doubt. The biggest enemy for success is guesswork or delay. So with our app, it eliminates all the guessworks and instead of overthinking, With you, it will give you a clear scheduled action steps that will reinforce you through positive self-talk. The result, you move faster with clarity and confidence. Make success a lifestyle, not a struggle with your creator. And with our app, you're not just setting the goals, you're living with them every single day. Download it now and for instant visualization access and AI powered affirmations and schedule reminders that push you to take action. And this is how you create unstoppable momentum in your life. Thank you, everyone. Over to Monica.
One moment, guys. So this is visualization and your daily practice that Bhavya was talking about. You can see your vision board every day, affirmations, and don't leave your success to chance. Okay, take it away, Monica.
So that brings us to the end of this insightful session. I think we've all picked up some valuable insights on executive presence and time mastery. So, a huge thank you to our wonderful speakers, Bhavya and Anuradha. We're grateful you could be here and share your time with us. And massive shout out to You Are a Creator team for putting this entire session together. And of course, a big thank you to Unnati and Mainat and the SAWiT group for this amazing collaboration and opportunity. So before we wrap this up, just a quick heads up. We've got a boot camp coming up very soon. So if today's session resonated with you, make sure you're following Your Creator on Instagram and LinkedIn to stay in the loop. Thank you all again for being here, and we really hope to see you at the boot camp. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone.